Blue Ridge CC Champions. Ah, yeah. He has a habit of adding extra names onto everything. So let's dig this one up. Blue Ridge CC Champions. That's the one. Hiya, Jeremy. Jeremy will definitely enjoy this. So, what teas would you like? Back. Any further conditions? No. He's gone minimalist. Love this. Are there any key design features you want to highlight? The cliffs and the holes around the creek. Okay. I'm not sure cliffs are a design feature, I guess, but I assume the way we use the cliffs. Intended difficulty, medium to difficult, tough, platinum. Great. Are there any real life courses that inspired this? Not really, just wanted a Blue Ridge mountain feel. What's a Blue Ridge mountain? I don't know. Drivable par 4, 3-shot par 5, template hole of your choice, reverse Redan number 8. Let's get this going then. I mean, I have questions. There's no conditions. Let's just set wind. Oh, there are mountains in Virginia. Are they? Okay, cool. Let's just set to east. Why not? Ah, thank you, Jeremy. That's what we were after. So I'll load that up just while this loads, and we are going to go with, he wanted back tees, and let's stick with 2. So it's mountains. They look kind of blue in the distance. Okay. Yeah, he messaged me about this, which is why I kind of shied away from it for a little bit, because I know he also wanted to be around for the playthrough if he could have been. But hopefully he'll catch this. So I know it's not quite as completed as he'd have wanted, and understand the reasons for that. Okay, so he's done the Arctic thing and jacked the plot way up. Feel like the tee shot's a little tight. I would have liked a bit more space close to this tree. Got to get that one in early, Wes. It's always going to happen. Bunkering makes sense. I mean, definitely hitting difficulty straight away in terms of you're either slinging it around the corner or we're hitting a partial. Green slopes are good. Bunkering's good. Same thing as the last course. I think that back bunker we can smooth out this slope a little more. Bunkers do look good. Really good. I guess with this wind we can try to hit it around the corner, but it's not going to end well. Let's go find a bunker. That's okay. I do really like the green slopes. I feel the green is a touch small compared to the bunker sizes, but you're going for platinum. So yeah, makes sense. Bunkers do look good. Oh yeah, the old 96% pitch, of course. And we've shoved a putt. That's irritating. After a good tee shot, everything else was rubbish. Good first hole. I don't think it needed a ton more planting, and actually, I'm enjoying the minimalist vibe. I do feel your trees are getting just too close to the fairways. The river's interesting. Oh, I haven't done a zoom around. We'll come back to the river. So, plot itself. I do like the low fog. I think that's a good look on this, and works well. Interesting with the cliff edges and how you've done those. Yeah, I can get your Blue Ridge Mountain vibe, having seen that picture. We've got a clubhouse, we've got a big fountain. That's quite cool. Okay. Now, things that just zipping around here that I don't love. Your creek. For them, where it's kind of going straight and lazy makes sense. It then hits this, where was it? This point, and it goes all over the place in terms of curves. I don't. It just feels like it's been designed around a fairway rather than having necessarily a meandering creek or a river that makes sense and then the fairways placed around them. I think there's a difference. It feels more manufactured, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just don't think it's what you're going for given how you've done it. It's not like it's retaining wall or similar. That said, yeah, I'm not sure it really adds to the strategy of this hole in that it's just encircling the fairway. It would have added a lot more if you'd brought the creek across at driving zone. I think that would have added more danger as well. Now, that said, green slopes. Yeah, interesting. Definitely tough. Step up from the first, but yeah, we're a shorter hole. This is okay. This tree bothers me. I feel if you kind of want to be rewarding people who go up here. Whereas I think with this pin particularly, you're punishing them every single way possible. Got a bit of a backstop, but I feel like we'll be, yeah, we'll be boring and just lay up. He says hitting a very slow into the. So predictable. And only Ben could be left in with a 4-iron on a short par 4. There we go. Bunker, this one is bathtubing. Quite. Yeah, this one's less good than your first hole. You want to be dipping the land in front. Exactly. Love tempo roulette when you're trying to lay up in the middle of the fairway. Still, we'll make it out with a bogey. It's not too bad. Okay, so we've got downhill water. How have you done with this? So have we gone for the... Okay, so we have gone for the doubtful creek trick, which works pretty well here. It's clever as long as you don't look... I mean, you can tell it's there if you know that you're looking for it. Nicely done. There is a bridge for Wes. Bunkers here are better. They've got a clearly defined high side and low side. I like that you haven't over bunkered this green. Yeah, makes sense. It's a really good looking approach. I mean, you say you've published earlier. I don't think you needed much more time on this one. And of course we get a big slow. I like that hole. That was simple but done really nicely. Ah. Can immediately tell you I like this one a bit less. So we've got a very right angled dogleg where you're just forcing me way out here, and to top it off you're then putting a bunker there so I have to play even further. Yeah. I cannot say I enjoy this hole. Yes, this is Bear's one. I mean, it's just and then we've tucked the pin at the front. I feel like everything's just behind a bunker. This just doesn't work. If you are gonna do this sort of thing, I think you've got to allow this to be more of a diagonal carry rather than just you're hitting as far. We've artificially created a very long hole out of. Yeah, I still think the principle applies. I just don't. Yeah, I don't like this. Sorry. 5 or a 4. Bryson is driving this green. Maybe he is. I thought I might get over that. It just feels a bit forced. I think there's ways we could use that a little better, and particularly if you've got, I guess you're not going to have it on platinum, but if you've got that slightly shorter driver, I don't think you've really got very many options off the tee, other than just making it a hit as far as you can each time. I, I, I feel like there's a core of a really good par 4 there, but the angles need to be more subtle. Huh. Maybe a little manufactured, but I don't mind this. Yeah, the bunkers are artificial in the sense that they are. It's land built up to house a bunker. I agree with Pithy there. No, not as pronounced as the last. You got a Dylan tree as well, but yeah, arborists everywhere will struggle with this one. The roots. We'll leave it at that. Never high enough. That is a platinum pin if ever there was one. Good views from up here. I do really like the fog and low trees and all of that. I think you've done the same here. You've given us this really tight, just these 90-degree holes. Take the ideas, but just drag the angles in and make them a bit subtler. You will have an infinitely more playable hole. Particularly with this, I'd probably lose this bunk. Even if you just lost this bunker, you give me so many more options as to whether I want to hit to here. Think about distance that I'm leaving myself in. Do I want a wedge on that angle? Do I want full wedge? Do I want a pitch? I think this is so close, but where it is, maybe not with this wind. I think this is, you'd go driver most of the time. Definite risk though. Bunker's okay. Yeah, it's just that there's a reason we don't tend to design 90-degree dog legs. Almost. Almost. What are those two bunkers? Wait, is that the previous? That can't be the previous hole. Where are we? Thrown by this hole suddenly appearing. Okay, so we've definitely got some cheating on routing here, haven't we? Not cheating, but like, yeah, no, we have. We've gone all the way back from this green through the trees and to here. I do like your greenside bunkering. It's like feels a little bit Mackenzie-ish with the jagged shapes. Oh, this ain't gonna end well. That's front bunker wouldn't be too bad. We are nowhere near a front bunker. That's fine. This is fine. Hmm. I mean, I don't mind little cheats are okay. It's when they're really obvious and it kind of jerks you out because you know that of the round. If you know where you are and you were just expecting 30 feet. Oh, there's a reverse Redan. And there's a kicker slope. Yep, I think this works. I think going back to the last, it's mainly just the fact that you're right on a cliffside and then suddenly you're not. It begs that question of where are we? You can cheat if it doesn't feel as obvious. A little one, I would move your T angle a bit more. Just all four T's in a direct straight line, dead in front of you, isn't creating the visuals I guess you'd want. Hit that kicker slope. And don't go too far back. Well, the reverse Redan works. Shut up, Wes. Okay. It is cheating. Green shape here feels a departure. We've gone to squarer edges where we haven't done that before. Rock will feel you'd been better if you'd just used the one type or colour of rock. The dual colours is throwing it a little. Hmm. Yeah, I like the concept here. It's the shape. The shape is a bit off. Let's go find that water. That's not mentioning hazard and finding hazard before you say it. Yeah, there's the shot we wanted. Yep, crescendo framing, all of those. The template reference. Where are we going now? We've got another really tight dog leg. I've given my thoughts on this already. I don't love this. Hmm. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, I would have done as well. Other than the fact that we'd already played that one, I think I wouldn't have noticed it. Well, we've got a putt. But I think that's part of it as well because you so rarely see them. They're very jarring. The tight angled dogleg right around where I would lose this tree immediately. It, you've done trees really tight on the corner of doglegs, you haven't done them in fairways, and it doesn't add, particularly between the bunkers. I mean, we might well go and hit it, but... Ooh. Pretty close. Have you... Ah, OB's done well. Principal's tree. Yeah, I guess. Guess it is. Because I do generally really like this whole design otherwise. I think you've given us options, you've given us a variety of hazards. The tree is just so... It's just very out of place. This one looks good. And here's a good example of the back bunker being done well. Because the land behind it, yeah, there's a bit of a rise, but it doesn't feel manufactured. It sits into that hill pretty naturally. And could probably drop this bit a touch, but it looks good. Generally, your bunkering's been really good. Good par 3 here. I'll say, if you're saying you've been really rushed on this, I'm not noticing it. I certainly wouldn't say really rushed. Yeah, again, the creek and the tree and the fairway placement is just a bit bemusing. Because either this fairway is reachable and you've just put a tree in front of it. I feel like this does feel like someone who is on platinum and designing for platinum and putting hazards in that is just going to make this artificially a bit tricky. Because I don't think you need the tight tree line. You could just have the creek running up the middle, or bring the fairway back, or just have this fairway finishing a bit further up here. I'm not entirely sure what. There's something a little off about this one. And the concept's good. Either side of the creek, and presumably play nearer the creek for a better angle to this pin. Gone back to the squarer shapes, and I don't feel that works as well for you. Yeah. That is it. I mean, but then again, they're platinum, they deserve it. Don't love the green just dunking you off into heavy rough, particularly with... I don't understand this bit coming in. Why would we not have the green just as a straight line here rather than mowing there and there? Transition-y bit, but yeah. I guess there's things you haven't been able to check. We've got another one. Yeah, I think going back, watch this again and see how many really tight dog legs you've put in. There's a lot. This one works. This one's definitely the least, yeah, the least bad of them. And the camber makes a lot of sense and works nicely. Ah, we got it very fast. I was going for a fast. Actually, do really like that you've not gone with any underbrush. That makes a lot of sense for the type of course you're going for. Yeah, this is the sort of creek stuff that I don't think works as well. It's I guess this works well for platinum and people calculating distances, and it makes you really think about whether you're going there or there or there or there, but it does feel artificial. Yeah, of course we're going for it. And I like the green, like tiny for a pretty tough hole. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess the advice would be do all of your sculpting and surfacing first. That's like laying down fairways and greens and bunkers and do all the sculpting first, because once you start to plant, it will get really, really slow. And if you do your planting hole by hole, it's going to mean that when you're coming to the design phase and actually sculpting and trying to do all the stuff you need to test, it's going to take forever. Yeah, have plenty of time to. Okay, we're coming back to the clubhouse on 16. Bold. I like it. Front bunker is a little nod to Sawgrass, which I like. Hey, McConnell. Great story. Do the sculpting before you do the planting. Basically, whatever you're going to do after you've done planting, oh, screw you, bear. Whatever you're going to do after you do planting is going to take you ages. So the more of the course itself you've done before that, the better. Oh, I had the wrong club anyway. Yeah, all of that. Don't love being kicked into the heavy rough there, but I think yeah, it wasn't a good tee shot. I feel that this course generally plays really well. It's not in a couple of areas. It's really not far off. As in, it is really close to being very, very good. It just needs work on a few things. Not as in it's miles off in some and close in others. Oh yeah, if you've got a choice of designing on PC, even if your PC is not great, it's going to be miles better than PS4. Yeah, it's not the putt we wanted to leave ourselves. Hmm. Well, Matty, yours came out pretty nicely in spite of that. That is a three-putt, correct, Wes? Okay, and we've got our S Bend Lakey hole to finish up. I wish you'd done something different with the green orientation to reward me playing somewhere else. I feel it's become just a bit of a hit the fairway hole, which we won't be able to do. And I'm now going to have to lay up, and because of where you've put the fairway, I am having to lay up way out here because I don't think I'm making the carry across the water, which I don't know. That's really not the shot I would have wanted to hit into 18, which I get is partly on me, but I think if you provide a better laid out fairway, as in one that's not looping around quite so much, you give this a bit more of an option. Yeah, but the water I feel has been used well. Mixing the water with the cliffside holes made sense as well. No, Matty. Okay, and let's go to our scorecard and talk through this one. I think the main thing, I thought your bunker sculpting generally is really good, which is a strength, and there's a lot of people who are still finding that difficult, particularly in this game where it's gotten trickier. So well done there. Whole design's generally interesting, generally varied, and I mean, with the exception of the really tight dog legs and chucking trees in odd places, which I think is a let's make it difficult for platinum thing. Cheers, RJM. Yeah, true. But I think coming back to that, it's not a particularly wide fairway, but yeah, I get where you're coming from. What were we talking about? Yeah, tight dog legs, trees in random places didn't love. Some of them, there were. If I found one really big cheat on the routing, there's going to be another. So that's one to bear in mind. Just if it leaps out at you, particularly as you're playing through it, then it's worth avoiding. What else? Generally, I felt that greens were appropriate in size and slopes compared to distances in, which is good. Yeah, I don't have much more to say. Didn't love the creek. I thought that was a bit windy and screw you, Matty. Yeah, and I'm glad we've been able to provide people with a lot of entertainment. Now I think that is so. Yeah, generally really enjoyed it. I think that is me caught up. I think I've done all of the ones that have been published, which is great work. If we say so ourselves. Look, keep the courses coming. We've got 3 days left. We're going to do our what are we doing? Our stream on Tuesday night, McConnell, I think. So that's going to be to decide matchups and who's sitting on day one. Oh yeah, I was finalising all of the schedule and thing this morning. So that you're aware, day one is going to be our 4 balls. We're going to have 7 matches, which means that 2 courses will be sat on the first day. Captains can be participating. In day 2, there's going to be 7 matches again. That's going to be foursomes, so front 9, then back 9. Time to be confirmed. And again, the 2 courses that sit on day 2 have to have participated on day 1. So you have to be involved for 2 of the 3 days at least. And then day 3 is singles and everyone is involved. 9 Eastern, which is, what ridiculous time are you getting me up then? So is that 2 a.m.? 9 p.m. Eastern to UK? It's 2 a.m. Beautiful. Well done, McConnell. That'll go well. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun. So I will probably be back at some point. If there are any more published between now and tomorrow night, I'll play them tomorrow night. But if not, it will be Tuesday evening before the the matchup streams. But yeah, just don't go to bed and drink a lot. I could do that. I'm on holiday now for ages. It would be great. Anyway, lovely to catch you all. This has been a lot of fun. Bear, really well done on a good course. Sorry we got derailed by bingo, but yeah, enjoyable. Take it easy, people.